Got a full bin here. Had to utilize my secondary storage compartment a little bit there. Got a little bit of cab weight. Getting things serviced first thing this morning. Carter's pulling it up here, going to top her off with fuel. All right, well, Carter's filling the combine up fuel. I'm gonna go down here and show you the results of yesterday's harvest. How can you tell that it's harvest season when you come to work and you're still itchy from the day before? All that wheat dust got on me, and I scrubbed and scrubbed in the shower, and I think that stuff just gets in your pores. It takes several days to go away. All right, this is bin number 2. This is what we're putting the wheat in, or at least the majority of our wheat. We're gonna have the wheat we're gonna save for seed in bin number 1, and bin number 4 we're going to save a total about 1,500 bushels, probably around 800-900 bushels of one variety and 600-700 bushels of other variety. Whew. That dust get down. I don't want no more dust on me than I already got. Now what you're looking at is about 5,400 bushels or so what we got done yesterday. You see that cable hanging down right there? It's going to have to deal with what I'm about to do here in just a minute. We also come down here to get our bin manager system set up. And what the bin manager system is that cable that I showed you. Got several of those hanging down all throughout the bin, and they got sensors at different levels on the cables, and it measures moisture and temperature. And what it does is it monitors the grain. We've got to turn power on. And what it does is it monitors the grain for moisture and temperature. If you put grain in here that's got too high of a moisture, it can start to build up heat. And when it builds up heat, the grain starts to spoil, and then it's not any good to us. Now, most of what we're harvesting is dry. What we started out in yesterday morning was a little on the damp side. And but not only does this system monitor the moisture and temperature of the grain, it will also automatically turn the fans on this bin on or off, either to dry the grain down, cool the grain down, or actually add moisture back to the grain if it's too dry. And it does this automatically, and it's got a weather station on it that monitors the outside air conditions. The weather station right there. And it knows from the temperature or humidity level what air is optimum to either cool it down, dry it down, or add moisture back into the grain. And if you give it enough time, the grain that comes out of here will be in absolute perfect condition. It'll be the right moisture, the right weight, and you won't get any kind of docks at the elevator. There, I'm supposed to have I'm supposed to have some blinking red lights on in there, but I'm not seeing anything. But the fans are coming on. All right, I found out, after calling tech support, I found out why this thing wouldn't come on. One of these days, I'll quit making stupid mistakes, and I'll learn to check the simple things first. See this switch set right here that says bin manager power, on and off? Guess what I had it set to? Off. I don't remember turning it off. I never have turned it off, but it was set to off. And with it off, no, I don't reckon it's gonna work. But anyway, we got our we got all our changes in. We got all our changes uploaded. Check the fans. They're going to come on. That's powered up. So as we add grain to it, it'll monitor the grain as it needs to. It will turn the fans on or off to get the grain to that perfect desired level. I tell you what, out of all the investments I made on the farm, this bin manager system has by far been one of the best. We didn't have it the first year that we had the bins, and we had been using some small 10,000 bushel bins at a neighbor's place. And it's a whole lot easier to monitor a small volume of grain like that because you're not going to put that many acres into one bin, and you know about what the moisture level was of the grain that come off of that field, and you could turn the fans on and off appropriately. Big bins like this, we're liable to have several fields worth of grain, several different varieties, several different moistures going into one bin. And once it goes in there, I mean, you can only probe so far, either out the bottom or in the top. You really don't have any idea what's going on in the middle. And this bin manager system just takes all the headache and the worry out of grain. I don't have to worry about the grain spoiling. I know exactly what's going on in the bin, and really I don't even need to check it. Once I set the parameters, I don't even need to check it. The bin manager works by itself, and every year we've been using it. We've been using it probably 7, 8, 9 years maybe, and every year as long as it's got enough time to sit in the bin, the grain comes out perfect quality. Been extremely happy with it. Just takes a lot of worry and pressure off of me wondering if my grain's in condition, if it's spoiling, do I need to turn the fans on, whatnot. Anyway, well, Carter ought to be done filling the combine up. We didn't have hardly any dew this morning, so let's quit wasting time out here and get to the field, get some more wheat in the bin. Starting out this morning, we're going to do our adaptive management plots. This is where we're testing the differences between cover crop and just straight no-till. We've been doing this since 2015.
In fact, I did not see that weight long.
We've been doing this since 2015, and we got 3 different trials replicated 4 times. One is no-till. One is just having a summer cover crop that's planted every 3 years after wheat. And then the 4th plot is where we got a winter cover on it every 2 out of 3 years, plus a summer cover crop on it after wheat. On the cool season cover crop plots, the only time we don't have a cover crop on it is on the winter when we actually have wheat planted like this last winter. And we're studying the long-term effects of cover crops on land, trying to just measure a bunch of different things. Where are you going? You were just fine where you were at.
I didn't know that angle. I thought you were going to run into me.
I got a steering wheel. I can steer. If you're in the way, I'll let you know. Is it zeroed out?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just trying to measure a bunch of different things. One of them being yield. That's what we're measuring now. But we're also measuring like water infiltration rate, water storage capacity, organic matter levels, all the microbial biomass differences, just a bunch of different things. Just trying to put an actual dollar figure on how much these cover crops are benefiting us, especially over the long term, because we know it's going to be a long-term process. All right, what was the weight?
2260.
Speak clearly.
2280.
All right, go to the other end. Zeroed out?
Yes, Dad, I zeroed out every time you don't. You don't have to ask me anymore.
What's the weight? I shouldn't have to ask you.
2260.
2260? got done with the plots, got started here on the backfield. It's a long way for Carter to come back here, so waiting on him. Got a full bin here. Had to utilize my secondary storage compartment a little bit there. Got a little bit of cab weight.
Alright everybody, back out here again today. We're doing a little something different first load today. Matt has found him a good clean spot of wheat that we're gonna save or seed this fall. So last week we actually went through and got 3 of the bins serviced and ready to go. We've got the number 2 bin here that we're keeping all of our production wheat in that's going off to the granary. We've got the number 1 bin that we're using to keep one variety of clean seed in. And then Big Bertha here, number 4, is where we're gonna keep our second variety of clean seed that's gonna go up to the cleaner about an hour north of here. So yeah, I know I'm letting some wheat fall out on me and I shouldn't do that. I wanna check this thing out a little bit. I'm gonna get pelted for a second. I just wanted to check the spreader, make sure it's spreading everything out. That way it's gonna get proper airflow and everything. And then I'm gonna close it up because I don't feel like getting hit and I don't wanna waste any seed. So it's all pumping in here all right. I'm gonna lock everything up and tuck this away. Alright, yeah, I know I don't have the door cross members locked on, but we're putting like 820 bushels in there, which is barely going to cover the base of the floor in that bin. So not too concerning, but if I was putting more in there, I'd definitely put the cross members up just to make sure that door is going to hold steady. But we've got the pit running so far. Thing has pushed a lot of grain through it in the past 10 years, and we're going to keep it right on trucking.
What's your speed at if they go unload on the go?
About 3.5.
good thing I have left. I don't like them.
I told you to pack your own lunch.
Hold on a second. What chocolate thing? I didn't put anything chocolate in yours. Yes, you did. Those chocolate wafers, you ate an entire box upstairs. No, I didn't. I don't like them. They're horrible. Then give them to Dad. Not unless he has something to offer.
Oh, man, the joys of working with family out in the field.
I don't understand how you ate all your food. I gave you an entire thing of watermelon. Yeah, that's gone. 5 bags of chips. Crackers. Are you serious? Yeah, the bag of chips you put in here, I hate them. You put all of the chips I hate. I think you did it on purpose.
I think he started eating at like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Wow, instead of, hey Mom, thanks so much for getting up at 6:15 this morning to get everything done and to make my lunch and yours and laundry and make sure I have clothes so you could sleep in. Oh, you're so welcome. Wait, sleeping in is like 7:30? Hey, Carter. What?
I'll trade you some snacks if you'll wash my truck.
Wait, what did he say? All I heard was truck.
I'll trade you some snacks if you wash my truck.
All right, Carter, you got a big load. Be careful with it going down that hill.
Yeah, like less than 5 miles an hour, Carter, not 12.
Still having problems, Kelly?
Oh, I stopped so you could go around me since I have not planted up here. I'm about to unload this thing. It's gonna be crazy.
Alright, the home place is done. Another 60 acres down. I'm gonna throw this we're gonna throw this header on the header trailer and move about a half mile down the road to my cousin Josh's farm. Got about 12 acres there. Shouldn't take us long to wrap that up. Well, we got down to my cousin's farm. We got moved over here to, we got 13 acres right over here behind my house. This is my low input field. We didn't spray a fungicide on it, and I meant to not put very much fertilizer on there, but forgot about it back whenever we were spreading fertilizer on the wheat. Yields still holding up. I think the yields are down just a few bushels on this field as compared to my other fields. I'm sure that fungicide, not having the fungicide on there, is playing an effect on that. But we're going to try and get this field knocked out and then get moved up the road to Pete's farm and make a little bit of dent on it by the end of the day today. I can't see anything. I hate this time of day. The sun really makes it hard. We just got done with this farm over here. Now we're going to head right up the road to Pete's farm. Got 96 acres over there, and it's what I think is going to be my best wheat. It was planted early last year. It is planted behind soybeans, and wheat always looks better behind soybeans because there's some residual nitrogen left over, because soybeans are a legume. They produce their own nitrogen, so they leave a little bit extra nitrogen in the soil. So a little bit of extra nitrogen probably gave it a little bit of an extra boost, and maybe we'll see it on the scale tickets. But we'll be over there the rest of the day. We'll be over there all tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get done with it tomorrow because it's really kind of some rough ground, old pasture ground, and it's not really something we can fly over real quick. But let's get this header dropped and load it on the trailer, get over there and see what it looks like. I'm really excited so far. So far we've done 115 acres. So So we're right at 25% done with our wheat crop. And we got an average yield of a little over 91 bushels an acre. If that holds true, it's going to be our best wheat year ever. I think our previous high was like 89 or 90 bushels. Just really tickled pink with the wheat crop so far. It's really outstanding. I'm afraid this farm probably going to take us a little longer than I thought. I think there's quite a bit of down wheat on this farm, and that makes for some really slow going trying to scrape it up. Not only is it difficult to scrape up, you're taking so much material through the combine. You gotta be careful or you'll choke it up, and then we got a plugged up combine to deal with. I mean, 35-foot header and some real thick, over 100 bushel wheat, that's a lot of straw to run through a 30-inch rotor. Well, like I said in another video, one of the signs of good wheat is having some wheat that's down. Hadn't had any down wheat in the last few years, so this isn't a problem that I'm too upset about having to deal with. It sure beats the alternative. Yield monitor saying 117 bushels an acre. Wow. I know this is some of the thickest wheat I've ever cut, or thickest wheat I've cut in a long time. This is why you don't plant wheat on wet ground. It doesn't like wet feet. We're down here it's just a small corner right here in this bottom, but it typically stays pretty wet. There ain't much out there. Sure is a good crop of cocoa burrs right now though. Well, I was hoping to get this part of the field done before we went home, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think when we get to the other end, we'll call it quits. Shadows falling all over this whole field, and I've really been able to tell the difference in the last round. Really had to slow it down. Straws started getting a little tough. Wanted to throw a little bit out the back there. That's about as pretty of a sunset as you can have with there being no clouds in the sky. So yields are very strong over here, just like I was thinking they would be. I mean, there's some thin areas of the field's not doing quite that good, but overall, it's doing really good. You can see my speed's really slowed down, and if I go much faster, my engine load gets high and I start throwing it out the back. So I don't think we're going to fight it as long as we did last night trying to get done. We're just going to go ahead and call it quits and go ahead and get a head start on getting this thing serviced and ready to go for the morning. Overall today, looks like we got about 68 acres done. I don't know, another 6,000 plus bushels in the bin. A real good day running, especially considering we had to change farms 3 times today. I don't think Kelly's too far behind me on planting either. Alright guys, that's all we're going to cut today. Let's go back over here to the service truck and we'll start getting the combine ready to go for tomorrow. I know you can't see it over there, but it's one of the last fields of cotton we planted. No, a few videos ago I was pretty down on the cotton crop, but we actually had to spray it again for thrips this last Saturday because thrip populations were starting to rebound. And the cotton still wasn't far enough along to outrun them, so we made another application for thrips. The cotton looked better last Saturday than what it did, and now if the sun was shining on it, you could actually see the road going down through there. Cotton's not out of the woods yet, but with these warm temperatures and those 2 sprays for thrips, it's really come along a long ways. I feel better about it right now. It's still definitely behind the 8 ball on where we want it to be at this time of year, but it's still got a fighting chance as long as we get the DD60s we need the rest of the summer to get the crop to put on as much fruit as possible and get it matured out. Come on, the quicker we get this done, the quicker we get to go home. See if there's a glove or something in the truck there, or a cloth or rag. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might want to turn your headlights on first. It's old school, it's on the dash. Carter Griggs' first attempt at driving a stick shift down the road. See how it goes. You're clear this way. Oh, we made it to second. And to third. Yeah, when you come to the stop sign, you're going to have to shift down.
Can I just?
It's just like your dirt bike.
Can I just like slow down and then put it in first?
You want to come to a complete stop almost before you put it back in first. Which you'll be at a stop sign, which you're supposed to come to a complete stop anyway. Not bad. How many other 12-year-olds in America can drive a stick shift like that? Not many. But which ones there are, I bet grew up on a farm. We'll be back out again first thing in the morning. Got another big day ahead of us.